Hi, it's Carolyn with Therapy for the Soul. Welcome back to another video. I'm here to share some guidance messages for the week of May 6th. And my lovely cat Bella just jumped on my lap, so if her head pops up, she may be making an appearance in the video, just to give you a heads up. So when I was connecting with the collective energy, there were two messages that came through just to begin with before I even got cards, which was breathe and trust. And so this tells me that there might be something that you're working towards or that you're working on, that perhaps maybe there's a bit of control over or worry or anxiety or doubt. And so these messages are telling me to just trust the process, have trust in the universe, have trust in God that what you desire is going to be given to you. And just breathe as you're releasing that control. Just take some deep breaths, and as you breathe and trust, that gives more room for what you're desiring to enter your life, because you're not gripping onto it with that control. You're just going with the flow. So I did feel guided to get some cards, and so I ended up pulling from 3 different decks, and I have 4 card messages for us. So the first deck I was guided to pull from is Angel's Abundance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And I'll show you the first card that came out, which is Obstacles and Blocks Are Lifted. And so that's a very positive message. And so on the card it says, all your good personal work and your positive energy shifts have overcome previous obstacles, and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. So this tells me that you have been doing a lot of work in terms of clearing blocks or releasing blocks, in terms of the inner work that's important to do as part of our soul's journey. And as a result of that, you've also been working very hard on raising your vibration. So moving it up more towards a vibration of love rather than a vibration of fear and doubt. So this message is telling me that as a result of all that work that you've been doing, that these obstacles and blocks are now lifted out of your way. And so you're able to move forward with the things that you're working towards, which also makes me think of that breathe and trust message too. The important piece of this is to stay centered in gratitude, to make sure that your vibration does stay high and that you are open to receiving as you're working through this. Because when your vibe lowers, that more can create those fears and those doubts, which then kind of increases that feeling of control, which is then tightening that grip again, right? And so then it's harder to go with the flow and allow what you're working towards to come to you. So it's important to pay attention to your thoughts and your feelings in this process, and just remind yourself of all the great work that you've been doing, all the hard work that you've been doing, and now the obstacles are being removed. And so that's really exciting. And so just enjoy the, I guess, next phase of your journey as things are starting to unfold. The next deck I pulled from is Angel Answers, which is also by Doreen Virtue. The first card I got says no. So I thought I would like to get some clarity on what that means. And so I looked at the very bottom of the deck, and wouldn't you know, it's abundance, which kind of, I thought that was really interesting, considering I was guided to pull from the Angel of Abundance deck for the initial deck I pulled from. So the messages that I received about these are not about no abundance. It's really about no negative thoughts, no doubts, no fears, so that you're able to make room and space for the abundance to flow into you. And so these do relate to that first card about keeping your vibration high, paying attention to your thoughts and feelings, staying in a state of gratitude. So this tells me anytime those doubts creep in, or that feeling of control creeps in, or some of those fears creep in, that it's okay to, tell those pieces of yourself no. You know that they are just ego-based. You know that they are fears. You know that there's not truth to them. And so you're telling those parts of yourself no to make space for the abundance that it's on its way to you. And then the final card I pulled is from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle Guidebook. And it says confusion. And so I'm going to read from the book just because it has a really nice message about what the legend of this card means. So the meaning really behind this confusion card, which I'll show again, is silver cloud. Every silver lining has a cloud. So the legend says, Jana climbs Faith Mountain in dense fog, wondering whether her decision to leave her boyfriend was the right one. There is another man waiting in the wings. There always is. Silver cloud surrounds her, and it is cold and scary. Despite her confusion, she keeps climbing. As she reaches the summit, the fog clears, revealing the town far below. With Silver Cloud's help, she has journeyed much farther than she realized. She now knows what to do. She begins the long journey home to reclaim her love. So this is also asking if you're feeling confusion, perhaps even confusion about abundance or what you're wanting to manifest. Is confusion ever a good thing? Can you learn to let go of needing an immediate outcome? Because sometimes when we have this space, when we allow ourselves to feel confusion, and I guess that time to be in that space of just questioning, and I'm sorry, here's my other cat, Sam, who also is looking to make a video appearance here. But just thinking, how can this space or this time where you're just trying to gain clarity be helpful, right? Can it help you give the answers that you're seeking? If we tie it back into abundance, we can think, what really is abundance? I think a lot of times it's easy to think, oh, it's money or financial abundance, but there's much more to being abundant than just financial. It is this feeling of fulfillment and happiness. You might be abundant in joy. You could be abundant financially. That feels good too. But it might be having meaningful friendships or friendships with like-minded people, other people who understand the spiritual journey you're on. That can feel really good. It might be abundance in terms of life purpose. There's all sorts of types of abundance that you can be working towards manifesting into your life. And so if you're feeling confused, I know the message before was not to allow any negative thoughts or doubts to enter your mind. But take the confusion as just a space to reflect, right? And get that clarity. And that way it's not really negative thoughts or feelings. You're just, thinking, I'm feeling confused. What is this about? What is kind of like the silver lining, or what is this confusion teaching me? And there's a meditation for this card too, which says to close your eyes and visualize the room you are in. Focus on one object in the room. When you are relaxed, sense the presence of silver cloud. When the object is no longer visible in your mind's eye, relax even more deeply and breathe. You are in the place of not knowing. It is a completely safe environment. Ask for the highest good, and this shall be revealed. So if I go through the cards one more time, we have obstacles and blocks are lifted. We have abundance and saying no to any fears or doubts or even lack mindset that might enter your consciousness. And we have confusion. So know it's okay if you feel confused. It's not a bad thing. It just means take some time to meditate and reflect to get clarity. So I hope these messages are helpful for this next stage of your journey that you're on. If you would like a personal reading, feel free to reach out to me at therapyforthesoul.com. And I hope that you have a great week, and I will see you again next week.